We will let you get right to it. You're going to be making a boxy bag, which is like perfect for Christmas. Great gifts.
Yeah,
I know you only have a shorter segment, so we'll let you get to it and show us how to make the boxy bag. But if you need me, I'll
perfect.
be in the background. Just holler, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to be chatting with you guys about the Easy Does It bag. Let me back up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to be chatting with you guys about the Easy Does It bag by Annie. I don't have one to make for you guys because it does take a little bit longer than the time that I have, but I figured that I would chat with you about the pattern. I'm going to go through a couple steps and show you some tips and tricks that I learned along the way. I'm going to show you a mistake so that we can learn from me. And also, I am really excited to show you guys how you can hack this pattern to make it into something a little bit different. And if you have any ideas on how I can make something different with this bag, let us know in the comments. So first of all, this bag is so nice because it is fat quarter friendly. You only need 2 fat quarters, one for the exterior and one for the lining. And it's like a very large bag. So I was really impressed that it only took so little fabric. The first step they have you do is quilt the exterior with the lining, and you're going to sandwich that in between the soft and stable foam. Personally, I don't like the look of quilting on the inside of the bag. So what I already kind of modified the pattern. I'm kind of known for that. So I wanted to show you that it's totally fine and totally legal to just quilt the exterior fabric with the foam just by itself. And then just place your lining, whenever you're done, just place your lining on top. And then just baste around the edges to keep that lining in place. And there you have just a quilted front with a solid interior.
I
So that
love
is what I
that tip,
did.
Nichole. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you. I was really excited. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And then it did. So it is perfect. So let's see. I have notes over here because I get off topic. So they're going to have you next make the gusset, this top part right here with the zipper. And this is my favorite tip for, I hear a lot that people are intimidated by zippers. And I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't be. It's very easy. But I want to show you my favorite tip when it comes to sewing zippers. So when you have a regular zipper, so this is a pre-made zipper with like a zipper stop and the zipper head already on here. So when you have a pre-made zipper, you are going to have to move the zipper head as you are sewing the gusset to either side. But when you have zipper by the yard, you do not need to add your zipper head until you are done sewing. And this was a huge game changer for me. So I don't add my zipper heads until I have this gusset completely sewn and top stitched. And it makes it so much more convenient to sew this on without having to move that zipper head. And it makes it so much easier. And also, I really like to add 2 zipper heads here because I think it makes it look like a little bow on top, and I think that's so cute. And also, you can just open it up a little. You can open it up wide. I just really love the double zip. So that is what I typically do. Let's see. And then we're going to assemble the bag. So you're going to make your gusset. So the top gusset and then the bottom gusset. And then you're going to place your panels on to the gusset. You're going to sew them onto the gusset. And my biggest tip, because there are curved edges, and I am usually intimidated by sewing curves. But my biggest tip with this is to make your stitch length pretty small. So I used a 2.5 stitch length, and making your stitch length small when you go around the curve is going to make your curve look that much smoother, right? So that is a great tip for that. And also, like, give yourself grace. There's not a lot of people that can do curves perfectly. I mean, even mine don't look too perfect. It's a handmade item and it's going to look great no matter what your curves look like. So it's going to be fine. And then we have the binding. This is the trickiest part, but it's going to be totally fine. You can do it. So my binding, actually, it's so cute. I did like a festive Christmas binding and I love it. So the best advice that was actually given to me by someone, I'm not sure who it was, but they said when you are binding, you always want to start with the binding because the part where where you have to connect the tails or sew the tails, it always looks a little bit wonky. So start it by the zipper at the top, because when someone looks into your bag, they're not going to look up there. They're looking down into your bag. They're going to be looking like this into your bag. So as long as your bottom binding looks okay, it's going to be fine. Even if you have a little bit of wrinkles, you'll see this side, my binding didn't go as smoothly, but no one's going to see it. It's fine. It's in there. And the bottom and the side, my bottom and side binding, it looks fine. And that's what people are going to be looking at. So just go slow. Binding is always a little bit tricky for me, but go slow and you can do it. Oh, and if you have a label, you need to be very careful about the placement, because you can sew it on upside down like I did, and I didn't fix it.
I love that so much. It happens.
It really happens. This is what happens. And I was too invested to seam rip it. I just didn't want to. So when you are sewing the bag together, if you have a label, please make sure you are making sure that your label is facing up and it's towards the zipper, towards the top of the bag, or you will end up with a upside down label. And it's fine. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me plug in my phone. I forgot to do that.
You're doing totally fine. And with that note, I just want to mention that, you want to pop me up, Brian? I was going to show you, little mistakes. I brought this in to show on the TL 2010Q, but it's things that you forget. Like, I forgot to use interfacing here, and it's driving me bonkers because I'm like, oh man, that is going to pop out and it's going to rip easier. And it's like those little things that you see.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, right?
It happens.
It's crazy. I do want to mention too, I see that Juki in the background. What model do you have?
So I use the Juki DU 1181N.
Okay. Now, we don't offer the industrial machines, but we do offer presser feet for those industrial machines. So if anybody is looking for those, but we do have the semi-industrial machine, which is the TL 2010Q, which is what I use to make this. So anytime you're working on bulky seams and you can't get a machine like that yet, you can always get one like this. So
yes, my sister has the Juki TL and it's amazing. We love it. It's so nice.
Yeah, Luann was on yesterday and she showed us the TL 18QVP and the 2010Q. I'm sorry, that was on day one. But you could do it with quilting and bag making and garment making. It's fun. So I'll let you get back to it. I was just interjecting.
No, that's awesome. I love it. Do you see any questions that anybody has? I am kind of done with showing this, but I am going to still show you my hack. But I'm wondering if anybody has any questions about the pattern. I'd be happy to answer any questions if we have any.
Sure. Let me take a peek and see if we have any specific ones. Oh, cool. How do you get the zipper head on?
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so it's so simple. This zipper by the Yard that I'm pretty certain you can get at Sewing Parts online. Trish, is that right? This red stuff?
I believe so. We've got quite a few different colors on the Zipper by the Yard.
Okay, so it is amazing. It's so nice. The zipper heads go on really, really easily. So what I did is I just kind of tore it apart, and then you take your zipper head, and I'm not gonna be able to do this facing the camera, but you kind of, what you want to do is you want to place, there's a hole right there and a hole right there. And then you're going to just kind of take it into your hand and place that zipper halfway into that hole, and then do the same thing on the other side, and you kind of want to pull it at an angle, and then just push the zipper head down, and it just slides on right like that. It's very simple. And also there's like zipper, I think they're called like zipper genies. You can get them on Amazon, or I don't know, some other places have them, and they help you put your zipper head on. It just kind of like holds your zipper head so you don't have to put it in your fingers. I just hold mine in my fingers and just play with it until it goes on. But this stuff goes on. The zipper heads for this, I've had some Zipper by the Yard that is kind of difficult to put the heads on, but this is really, really nice, and they go on very, very smoothly. Do you have
Nice.
any other questions?
Well, I told you your hair is famous. We've got another question here on how do you get your hair to look so amazing?
There's always one. So this is heatless curls. I literally, it looks insane, but I put my hair in leggings. So I put my leggings on my head, and then my pants, my two pants side hang right here, and then I twist my hair into the pants, and then I sleep like that. And then when I wake up, it looks like this.
I've seen that trick before, and I'm like, does that actually work? So now you just corroborated. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it really works. It's
Oh, it's too
the
funny.
best method I think is out there, honestly.
Awesome. Let me double check and see if there's any other questions regarding the pattern. I know personally, when I did that pattern, I did also have a little bit of the trouble with the binding, but that was just because I wasn't very familiar with that technique yet. But
Yeah.
after you do it a couple of times, you just get more comfortable. But I love your little tip about starting at the top, because that is so true when people look in the bag that
Yeah.
they're looking at the bottom, not at the top.
Yeah, that's
I
what
never
I
really
always tell
thought about it that
myself.
way.
Yeah, because I get nervous as well. Like I'm not very good at binding either. Typically I typically avoid bags that have binding, but this is so great. I would probably make another one. But you know, it gets a little tricky. But you're right. I mean, I always tell myself, don't worry about the top, just worry about the bottom and the sides. It's gonna be fine. So I love that.
Well, and I make these bags for like my family members, for makeup bags, or for like me with sewing, but they love it. We always nitpick going back to the little things, we're sitting there going, oh, it's a little puckery there, or oh, I
Right,
messed up there. And they're sitting there going, I love this.
right, right.
So we just have to remind ourselves that every once in a while, right?
Yes, yes. And so
Oh,
what I want to show you guys, since we don't have any more questions, is that while I was making this bag, I was thinking to myself, this bag would make such a cute purse. And so this is going to be my hack. It is actually it turned out really nice. So I will tell you how I hacked it, but I ended up making a purse with it. And it's a really simple modification. I followed the directions pretty much the same way, except I omitted the straps, right? And then I just put on this strap connector here with an O-ring. I use an O-ring, you can use a D-ring. I did some quilting on the front. We are going to ignore that I accidentally quilted the British flag on this. That was a mistake, but it definitely is reminiscent of the British flag. I don't really know. I was just kind of doing like I was just kind of doing my thing. And then I looked down and I was like, this is a British flag. But that's okay. It's still really amazing. So I just added the strap connectors, and then I shortened, or I thinned out the gusset just a little bit because I felt like this was a little bit wide for a purse. So all I did was take off a 1/2 inch on either side of this gusset. And then I just matched the bottom gusset to the width of this gusset. And that's all I did. And it makes
Nichole, that is such a great hack. That is
Oh my
so
goodness.
cute.
Thank
oh my
you.
goodness.
It turned out so nice. I was really impressed. So it's like, you know, I put like a cotton on the inside. It's a little like plaid. And it turned out really nice. So you can use this pattern to very easily make yourself a really cute purse.
Aw, that is awesome. Now, can you let everybody know where they can find you so they can watch some of your tutorials and stuff too?
Yes, so you can find me on TikTok. I am on Crimson and Scarlet on TikTok. And I also have an online boutique where I sell all my makes, and that is crimsonandscarlet.com. So guys, check me out. Come follow me on TikTok. I do a lot of sewing tutorials, and we chat, and it's a lot of fun.
That is wonderful. Well, we really appreciate you coming on. Anybody that wants to try this pattern themselves, we are offering it on our website right now. You can use the Sew 22, or I'm sorry, the Sew Season 22 for the 15% off on that pattern. And you can hack it yourself or make it like it shows. But we appreciate you coming on, Nichole, and hopefully we'll see you again. Otherwise, I will see you on TikTok.
Yes, thank you. See you guys later.